Welcome to the Bot Squad podcast, everybody. My name is Gene the Man 94, and I'm here to talk about this Monday Night Raw Wrestlemania Go Home show, or I guess that's what they want to call this. The last Raw before WrestleMania, which is this Sunday, and boy did it disappoint. A few high points, I guess. Maybe that's just me reaching, but let's get right into it. So we kicked off Raw with The Undertaker. He comes down to the ring and says this isn't his last Mania, and that not only will Shane's blood be on his hands, well, he said Shane's blood will be on Vince's hands, but Vince's blood may be on his hands for, the way Vince talks about him and called him his bitch and all of that other stuff. But, yeah, he said Shane is going to try, but WrestleMania is his yard and Hell in a Cell is his house, and Shane will rest in peace. So after that, Shane came out, and he was on the top of the stage or whatever. Says he knows Undertaker and him will go at it and probably kill each other, but he'll come out on top, and then he'll crawl out the next night onto Raw as the owner and, the person in charge of Monday Night Raw. And there's a lot of things that have needed to be changed around here for a long time, and he's going to be the one to change them. And Taker tells, Shane says that if he has to cement his legacy by destroying Taker's, then he will. And Taker was like, watch your mouth, rich boy. Don't talk about my legacy. And Shane comes down to the ring and was like, yeah, let's talk about your legacy. He was like, actually, your legacy was shattered 2 years ago when you lost at WrestleMania to Brock Lesnar. And Taker was like, well, that's just like Vince. You are just like Vince. Vince would do something like that. And it seems like from the very first day you were born, you've been your daddy's bitch. And then Shane lost it, and he went after Taker and started punching him, and Taker countered and threw him out the ring, and they started brawling outside, and Taker was beating the hell out of Shane for a while, and started taking the things off the announce table because he's about to put him through the table with the last ride. And Shane countered and, started beating him down and used the monitor that the announcers used to knock the Undertaker onto the table, and then he gets onto the top rope and hits Leap of Faith. And this was a far jump. Undertaker was on the right side of the table, and Shane chose the left side turnbuckle. So you can only imagine how far he jumped to hit the Undertaker with that. And it was amazing. Shane still got it even in his 40s, and it was just awesome. And Taker was laid out on the table. Shane scrambled to get to the entrance ramp, and then Taker sat up, his patented sit up, and then he gets up and does the whole rest in peace, tongue out, eyes behind his head gimmick. And they have a stare off from afar, and Shane points at the WrestleMania sign. So it was a pretty good first segment. I really enjoyed it. I really liked what they did here. It got me even more excited for Mania because it shows that Shane McMahon is still in shape to put on a great match in Mania. And him and Taker are going to go at it, and they're going to kill each other, and I'm excited for it. The first match, Zack Ryder versus Chris Jericho. Apparently something happened on the pre-show, and Jericho called Zack Ryder a hell of a competitor, but he doesn't have what it takes to be a champion, so he's going to take away his Mania moment as he's going to take away AJ Styles. And the reason he's going to take away AJ Styles' WrestleMania moment is because he told him he's not going to face him. He's not going to give him the match that he wants. He's not going to feed into the AJ Styles chance and give AJ the match. So him and Zack Ryder have a little match on Raw. Didn't really go for that long, but right before the match started, AJ Styles came out and, was messing with Chris Jericho again and said he's not going anywhere until he gets the match that he wants at Mania. And so he just, stood next to the announcers who were sitting down in their chairs, but the table wasn't there because it had just been destroyed. So then, AJ started messing with Jericho and, calling him Y2 jackass and all this other stuff, and Jericho keeps playing into it like, you idiot, shut up, let me have my match. And then he eventually let him distract him long enough to where Zack Ryder rolled up Chris Jericho and got the pin on him. Yeah, Zack Ryder beat Chris Jericho on Raw. Yeah, let that sink in. After the match, Jericho snapped and started. He ran from AJ Styles first of all. Then he just grabbed a chair and started hitting the ring pole and started pushing cameramen and just throwing stuff. And he was having a tantrum. It was crazy. And Jericho was calling him an idiot. And then he accepted the match for Mania. So it's confirmed now for sure, even though we already knew this was coming, that AJ Styles will face Chris Jericho at WrestleMania. Sasha Banks was ringside for the Becky Lynch versus Charlotte match. Pretty much Ric Flair distracted Becky Lynch by pulling on her leg while she was trying to get back into the ring. Charlotte hit natural selection and won. Nothing much there. They're going to have their match at WrestleMania. Didn't really do anything to progress the storylines, but, whatever. Renee Young backstage with Vince and asks him if he's surprised at what Shane did out there. And he was like, nah, Shane isn't afraid of The Undertaker and he'll do whatever he can to beat him. But he pretty much just angered The Undertaker. And an angry Undertaker is the one Vince wants on his team, is the one Vince wants at WrestleMania, is the one Vince wants inside Hell in a Cell. So, Shane comes and interrupts the interview he's having and says, you think you're a god. You think nobody can run WWE better than you can. And he's going to take 40 years of pent-up anger and frustration and the disrespect, and he's going to let it all go at WrestleMania and beat The Undertaker. And just like how Vince stole the company from his dad, he's going to flip it around and take the company from Vince. So Shane was fired up tonight, and I loved it. Shane, man, freaking love Shane. He's going to put on an incredible match with Taker at Mania, and I can't wait. Now was when Raw started to take a little dip, or a big dip, with The Big Show and Kane versus Curtis Axel and Bo Dallas. This match went all of 30 seconds, and then the Social Outcasts got in the ring, the rest of them, and started to attack Kane and Big Show, and then people from the back who were going to be in the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal came out. And I guess all hell broke loose. People started hitting their finishers on people. And that's how that went pretty much. It's just pretty much trying to promote the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal. So nothing to see here. After that, Triple H and Stephanie come out. And Triple H is just trying his hardest to get Reigns over. He's like, he's a great athlete, but he'll fall short of being WWE champion. And he's trying to get the crowd to boo him. But the crowd is with Triple H. They're like, yeah, I hope so. And he says when Roman Reigns powerbombed him a couple months back, he don't know if he thought people forgot who he was or he felt disrespected because he got this obsession to get back in the ring, to be a competitor again, to be champion again. He said he don't know if it was the powerbomb or, whatever Roman Reigns did. Maybe it was just because he had the balls to attack Triple H, 14-time world champion, Cerebral Assassin, the game, that he got back into it and got obsessed again, and that's why he's champion once again. And then he says his obsession means that he's going to end Roman Reigns' dream of becoming WWE champion again. So, of course, Reigns comes out and attacks Triple H, trying to get the crowd to be with him, and of course, it didn't work. And he attacked Triple H, and Triple H slipped out of the ring, and Stephanie's just in the ring with Reigns, and she just kind of like slickly got out the ring, like, I don't want no problems with you, let me just leave. And that was the end of that. The New Day come out, and they're pretty much over now. The crowd is chanting for them. There's no more New Day sucks anymore. Of course, they were putting over the Booty-O cereal. Said nobody wants Rusev's Bulgarian booty flakes. And Big E did a little freestyle or whatever. And then the League of Nations came out, and it was Kofi versus Del Rio. It was a pretty good match, actually. They distracted Del Rio when he was outside the ring. He started playing his little Mexican song on the trombone, and then Kofi drop kicked him, and the match was pretty fast, though. Del Rio was going for the cross arm breaker, and Kofi countered it and got a roll up. There's been a lot of roll up victories in the past couple of weeks. Have you noticed that? Yeah. Anyway, afterwards, the New Day get away, and they're at the top of the ramp dancing and celebrating, and then Coach comes out. Yeah, Coach. Jonathan Coachman. Yeah, so he comes out and he says WrestleMania will be covered by ESPN this Sunday. And, he said he loved him some booty-os because they make sure you ain't booty. And they start celebrating and dancing and whatever. It was pretty funny. It was good to see Coach. After that, Roman Reigns was backstage with Renee Young, and Bubba Ray interrupted him. And I guess they fought on Smackdown or whatever. So he started to go towards him because Bubba's just baiting him over. Then Devon showed up, and then Reigns started to attack them, and Triple H came up from behind and started attacking Reigns. So they had a little 3-on-1 assault, and Triple H said that his dream is over and smashed his head on the title. So, like I said, Triple H still trying to get Reigns over, but it's just too late. I'm sorry, Triple H, not even you. If The Rock couldn't get Roman Reigns over at the Royal Rumble 2 years ago, what makes you think you're going to do it? Yeah, you're not. It's not going to happen. It's too late. They messed it up. So then after that, what happened after that? Kalisto versus Connor of the Ascension, and Kalisto pretty much just buried them single-handedly. Sin Cara wasn't out there. They tried to distract Kalisto. Kalisto wasn't having none of it, and pretty much just beat them. Well, it was just Connor, but he just embarrassed the Ascension. I don't even know why they brought them up. They're just jobbers. There's nothing to them. It was pointless to bring them up in the first place. But after that, Ryback came out and pretty much, just showing Kalisto he's going to try to take the title from him at Mania, and, started to feed me more chant. I really don't care for this match at Mania, as you guys heard from my review, which will be down in the description, so you can go back and watch that if you want. After that, Brock Lesnar comes out with Paul Heyman. Paul Heyman says that Dean ain't as crazy as everybody thinks, because he's trying to take Brock Lesnar out of his element with a different type of match, with what he called weapons, because WWE doesn't allow them to say weapons anymore. So Paul Heyman was like, the politically incorrect term of weapons, because that's what they are, and pretty much just buried WWE. It was like, yeah, I'm going to say weapons. I don't care. I'm not saying foreign objects or none of that. Nope, they're weapons, and that's exactly what they are. And I commend Paul Heyman for doing that. He said Brock is prepared to give Dean Ambrose his defining WrestleMania moment of a life and of a lifetime. And says Brock will he said he will perform a public colonoscopy on Dean Ambrose, and pretty much just saying he's going to kick his ass. And then Dean comes out and does the most badass thing ever. He comes out with a wagon. It's got his little logo on the side of it, this big red wagon, and he starts putting weapons in it. He just starts throwing them from up under the ring into the wagon. The ones he don't want, he push them off to the side, and he has the weapons that the legends gave him. And then he doesn't even pay Brock no attention. His music is still playing, and he walks away. Doesn't even look at Brock. Doesn't give him the time of day. Brock standing there with a kendo stick that Dean threw in the ring. Just like, hey, I'm right here, man. And Dean paid him no attention, got his weapons, and left. So I'm guessing he's going to bring that wagon with him at WrestleMania, and that's going to be sick. I can't wait for that match. That match is going to be awesome. We had a Divas match next. Paige versus Emma. I guess his team Blonde and Bad versus the Total Divas. This match right here, oh my goodness, this match was a grade A clusterfuck, Pier 6. Oh, I just don't know, man. I don't know what they did with this match. It was like, it went downhill after Tamina distracted the ref, and then Emma beat Paige because Lana got in the ring and kicked Paige. Her kicks are clean too. I can't wait to see what Lana does in the match, but her kicks were pretty clean. So after that was over, Team Bad and Blonde started beating down Team Total Divas because they only had 4 people. And who is their 5th member? I'm shaking my head. Literally shaking my head at this. Eva Marie steps out the curtain to come out to help the Total Divas get the advantage. Eva Marie, okay, Team Total Divas is the face team in this match, by the way. And if you paid attention to NXT over the past couple of months, Eva Marie is heel. Eva Marie is heel. They paired her up with Nia Jax, and she's heel. She comes out like she's face. Like, sorry. Like, what are we doing here, WWE? First she's heel on NXT, and then we just no-sell that. And speaking of no-sell, there's something else I want to talk about with no-selling. But forget that. Forget that she was heel. No, you're face now. And then they just bring Emma back out of nowhere, even though I love Emma, but they don't even give her, you know, a full description of where she's been and what she's been doing, how she's redefined her character. Nah, just throw Emma back on Raw. Nobody would care. See, they're messing up with these people they bring back up or bring up from NXT. They're not telling a story about them. Only a few. The select few. But yeah, anyway, Paige, I mean, all of them were disgusted that Eva Marie came out there. Paige just did not give no fucks at all. She was just like, why are you here? I don't want you. We could have did better without you. And she's trying to raise all their hands, Eva Marie is, and they just don't care. They slowly raising hands, and they just nonchalantly played that off. They didn't care at all, and it was just so hilarious. And the funniest thing was, back to the no-selling thing, when Eva Marie came out, Lana was looking at her because she was just standing in a ring because she ain't had nobody to fight. She starts walking towards the ropes away from Eva Marie, and Eva Marie sprinted towards the ring, and she got in, and like, I don't know what the heck she hit her with, some reject German suplex type thing, and Lana sold it, and then got out of the ring and no-sold it. It was just so funny. She was like, she sold it to the max, like the move actually affected her, and then she got out the ring like nothing happened at all. It was just so hilarious to see that. I was dying laughing. Twitter went crazy over that. That was just, oh man, that was a great moment right there. That was the best part of that whole thing, was Lana's no-selling of that move after she worked so hard to sell for it. That was hilarious. I was literally in tears laughing. After that was over, that whole mind fuck. Goldust and R-Truth are backstage or whatever. They keep teasing them being a team, but nothing's happening. It's just getting old now. Truth says he can't have his back in the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal. Goldust says, yeah, we aren't a team. And Truth was like, yeah, man, that's what hurts. He's just talking to him like they are a team, and he's just so hurt that they can't have each other's backs in his Battle Royal because it's every man for himself. And then, R-Truth starts fake crying and uses Goldust's t-shirt to blow his nose and says he wants it to be okay, but it's snot. It's snot. And then he handed him back the t-shirt with the snot in it that he just blew into his t-shirt. And Goldust is just like, dude, what the hell, man? And, R-Truth walked away. Snoop Dogg's going into the celebrity part, the celebrity wing, per se, of the Hall of Fame. And then we had this main event match, clusterfuck, 6-man tag. Nobody really gave a fuck about it. Match. Miz, Stardust, and Kevin Owens versus Sami Zayn, Dolph Ziggler, and Bocce Cara. I didn't really care about this match, to be honest with you. What they tried to do was get all 6 or most of the members of the Intercontinental Championship ladder match at WrestleMania in it, but Zack Ryder couldn't be in it because it's 7 people, so they kind of just left him out, and he had a match earlier anyway. This match was very long for no reason whatsoever. It was so unnecessary. Oh man, this match. And the whole match, Owens is not trying to tag in. He's just trying to let Stardust and Miz do the whole thing. And yeah. At the end, they all started hitting their finishers on each other, and Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens stared off with each other. So hopefully they have a feud after Mania. I'm thinking, like I said in my predictions video, I'm not even gonna say it. Just go watch the predictions videos. You'll see what I said about those two. But Sami Zayn hits the haluva kick and pins Kevin Owens, and that's a big deal because he's the Intercontinental Champion. So yeah, That match went about 20-25 minutes, and I was losing interest by the second. So the Authority came out to finish their promo from earlier after being interrupted by Roman Reigns. Once again, Triple H trying to get him over. Reigns interrupted him to come back out to finish what they started from earlier. And, Triple H started kicking his ass. And then Roman threw him over the barricade. And Steph calls, the locker room heels to come out to get Roman Reigns so Triple H can attack him. And then, of course, the faces of the locker room came out. And, they just started separating the two. I guess in the end, Roman Reigns dove over the top rope at Triple H, and they kept separating them, and then they finally got them completely separated, and Triple H stood at the top of the entrance ramp with Steph holding the title, and that was the end of Raw. Terrible go-home show for the biggest show of the year. They did the same thing last year. It was so terrible to watch the Raw before, or even the last couple of Raws before WrestleMania. And they're doing the same thing this year. So hopefully, I'm going to say this one more time. Hopefully, they give us a good Mania. That's all we can hope for at this point, because the build for certain matches, like the Dean match, the Taker match, the Divas Triple Threat, those have been great. The build for those have been incredible. Wouldn't change, maybe change a few little nitpicks, but other than that, wouldn't change anything about him. But these other matches, who cares? Intercontinental Championship ladder match, who cares? Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal, who cares? The Divas, the 10 Diva match, who cares? Ryback versus Kalisto, who cares? Your supposed main event, Roman Reigns versus Triple H, nobody cares. They already know what's going to happen. Roman Reigns is going to take the title, and they're going to boo him out of the building. So WWE going to have to get real creative at WrestleMania to make sure that this is a great show. But I'm going to remain hopeful. I'm not going to say that they can't do it, because they've done it before. They've surprised me on countless times. So let's just hope that's what they do this time. But yeah, that was the review. Sorry, Raw was terrible again. I tried to pick out some good parts of it. New Day and Shane, that was great. But other than that, man, it was nothing. It was just a subpar Raw once again. But hopefully after Mania, Raw start to get better. I can only hope. And, they start doing more and getting better. That's the only thing we can hope for at this point. But I hope you guys are ready for WrestleMania week. I'm excited. You got NXT coming up. You got a couple specials on the network coming up. The Hall of Fame. And then capping it off Sunday night with WrestleMania 32. I hope you guys are ready. We'll see you guys all this week. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys later. Peace. Peace. Peace.